Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, where we've returned to the PlayStation 5 Pro for Day 2 of Sim Update 5's public release. Just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for all the support you showed the stream yesterday. Glad you enjoyed it, even though we were dealing with just a bunch of nonsense all throughout. But we're back to test things out a little bit further today, including diving into the new instrument systems, which is IDF, I think is what it's under. Hang on, let me double check it. And then we'll dive into that. So hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Friday leading into your weekend. And hopefully your experience in Sim Update 5 wasn't as messed up as ours was yesterday. What am I probably just completely went over it because I'm too busy talking and not paying any attention whatsoever. Glad everybody's enjoying the remote cargo mission video that went out this morning as well. Really happy to see you all enjoy that. But yeah, it's the IDF, or IFD, not IDF, IFD variation that gives you the brand new instrument panel system. Instead of a Garmin, it's the, I always forget the name of it. We'll see here shortly. Nothing new in the marketplace, which is, I think, what's happening. I'm hoping I'm wrong on this, but I feel like this is kind of why we are getting such a small amount. Is the 20 items that are approved, I think they're just trying to extend it out a little bit instead of releasing everything and then having a big gap on other things. The other thing, I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get further into the stream here, but this is the new Avidyne system, which we were not able to beta test at all for some reason. Still don't know why that's the case with the betas, but whatever. It's here, so we'll kind of mess with it for a little bit. So I know nothing about this system. Enter, I guess. Oh, do you hit this? There we go. That's how we do that. Fuel, okay. The aux is blinking. Get the charts in here. Interesting. Display settings. Nice. Got our map. I'm assuming that's... What the heck is that? Is that supposed to be terrain? I guess that's terrain. We'll have to mess with that a little bit later. Nice. So that'll be kind of fun to dive through and see what's going on with that. And G, hello. Getting a lot of memory issues with SU5, even on the A320. Is it the same for... I'm assuming you meant you. But yeah, I was seeing it quite a bit yesterday. I mean, I didn't really see that at all in SU4, so... A bit disappointing to see it so often now with SU5. By the way, let me pop this back here. Oh, here, let's set up a little flight here. Because I got to get used to all this now. Enter, I guess? Activate direct... No, I don't want to direct to that. Oh my goodness. Clear. Delete origin. Let me just do a whole new thing here. Which, however you do that. How does one select? I don't want to just cancel. Oh, it does have synthetic vision. Nice. Ah, that's how you switch. Okay, there we go. We'll just do it this way then. Let's go 12 nautical miles to Scottsdale. Get the general elevation going on. We got the runways. No, this is pretty cool. I like it. So how do I... It's going to take some time just to get used to this thing, though, because... It's definitely different than the Garmin. Even get our weather. That's 48 minutes old. Oh, I guess that's how we end up selecting something else. I don't want to do that. I'm good with what we have going on here. Can I do direct to... No. See, I want to change that. Oh, shoot. There we go. Thank goodness. Now I forgot what Scottsdale's airport code is. KSDL. Perfect. And I hit the... Nice. Good. Activate direct. Yeah, there we go. Activate the flight plan. Boom. Sweet. So I don't have to have both of these on the same screen. Let's go for synthetic vision up top and the map over here, and there it is on the map. Sweet. No, it's pretty cool. I like it. Oh, guess it would help if I... Hang on. Let's go ahead and take care of all this here. We might dive into VR a little bit today. We'll see. I'm kind of sick of the thing, but I'm gonna change the setting just to see if that helps avoid any of that. But we'll see. Our lights on here, not nights. Finished up the golden medium cargo, or medium heavy cargo mission. So used to talking about medium cargo. Still got to get used to speaking about heavy after all this time. But got that wrapped up yesterday and all that fun stuff. Way too many buttons in the Citation 10. You'll get the hang of it. It's all good. Right now I'm keeping where... I mean, you already know where we are based off of that, but I'm just trying to keep it not multiplayer for a little bit, just to kind of see how things are. But I'm sure people will find me anyways. Because, did more stuff in career mode and everything like that. The A330 acted really weird where you do the gold mission and it loaded in weird with the memory issue and then would crash the plane. Like, it would just freak out. Had to do a restart in order for it to not do that anymore. And, but I've definitely noticed the memory pop-up happening way, way more often than it ever did. Because I hardly saw it in SU4, which is why it's kind of frustrating to see it so often now. You were born and raised in Scottsdale? See, I knew you were going to be in the stream today, David. Hello, world. Welcome back to another stream. I hope so too, ZX. Because yesterday, the sim sucked for the most part. Was not impressed in the slightest. Well, I can already tell you one thing I don't like about the Avidyne avionics system. I'll need to check if the Garmin does it, but I'm seeing the reflections on the screen of the painted lines that I don't know why that's reflecting. I don't remember seeing that with the Garmin's.
Don't think.
A little bit of that wake turbulence there. So I'll keep an eye out on that to make sure it's not a common thing. Oh, I see Phoenix still didn't get its photogrammic back. Even though that was mentioned way early on in the Sim Update 5 beta. At least the trees aren't yellow, so that's good. I don't know why Phoenix keeps getting its photogrammic imagery, then losing it, and then it comes back months later, and then goes away again months later. Just weird. But anyways, let's focus on our flight here. And in case you're wondering why we're flying in the Cessna 172, it's because the new instruments have arrived, the Avidyne. So we're just kind of messing with that a little bit, creating our flight plan. I see Kiwi Flyer over there. Very nice. So hang on, let me get out of this, make sure we can trim this out just a tad. Perfect. Let's get our heading kind of pretty much where we're looking. Perfect. We're currently at almost 2,000 feet. Get that set to 2,000. And let's activate autopilot. And we'll have nav mode on already as well, because once we intercept the magenta line, we'll of course be swapping on over. Which, let's go ahead and make that happen just a little bit quicker. Move that right turn just a tad bit more. And we have been found by Calzone. Welcome. Hey, Kiwi's in the Honda Jet. Very nice. Hopefully you're enjoying that. Oops, I did not mean to pause the sim. Sorry. Oh, and Castaways arrived. Oh my, okay, alright, alright. I still think I'm going to turn off wake turbulence, just for... Okay, we talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again. I think wake turbulence should have a toggle for both multiplayer and AI. Like, I'm fine with the AI planes having it, but for multiplayer, I don't think it's going to be... Because that's the thing I talked about was... if somebody random is just flying around and they have multiplayer turned on and, you know, they're just going for a nice quiet flight, and then somebody with a jumbo jet comes landing and passing them and, you know, just creating all this chaos going on, I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of people turning off multiplayer, which I don't want. I want as many people on multiplayer as possible, so I think Wake Turbulence should have a separate setting so you can leave it on for the AI traffic, but for multiplayer, I honestly don't think multiplayer needs the Wake Turbulence. Honestly. I think that can just be disabled for that. Because if you're flying with a big group, I mean, it's going to be just absolute mayhem going on. Are we good at 2,000? Yeah, we're fine at 2,000. Never mind. I'm not going to climb up to 3,000. Yeah, if I were you, I would avoid buying the 747 in career mode because it does not like career mode for some reason. I don't know if it changed in the public release, but we tried it in the beta and it was not great. It was stuttery, it was horrendous. But you can see we moved into nav mode. So we're not in heading anymore. On the Avidyne instruments. I don't know how I managed to keep it. I don't mean to keep pausing my sim. Oops. Class D airspace ahead. Oh no, world. Still broken? I mean, nothing's gonna change after a day. Because unfortunately, we don't get a lot of hotfixes in the public release. I mean, we get some in the beginning, but then after that, you're pretty much stuck with whatever the sim is like. So. Good day to you, Cow, and to the rest of the town. Absolutely. Epperson, welcome to the stream. I will check it again, Russell. Yep, in flight conditions, you can set multiplayer to be on, and then go from that. But only in free flight, absolutely. Hello, Eric, welcome to the stream. Can we say SU5 is a step backwards? Yes. In a lot of instances, it is. Hello, WRB, welcome, welcome. But the other thing I want to talk about is, I think I'm just speculating, but I believe I know why we're getting such a slow roll on the marketplace items, is because these initial 20 are the only ones available, so they're going to just drip feed that to kind of make it seem like more stuff is happening. And after the 20, we might have another pause and things. The other thing I'm worried about as well is I'm not sure we're going to get liveries here, just depending on what the rules are from Sony and third-party stuff. So I'm not... We'll see. I'm hoping that's not... I mean, we'll get liveries and all that, but I'm just kind of thinking of what the rules might be for that. Is there not even a setting for... Where's Wake Turbulence even at? Because I'm kind of done with it already, I'm going to be honest. That's sound. I'm going to find that there. Is there not even a Wake Turbulence setting anymore? Well, that's good. Because I want, see, this is, if this is really the only option to do anything with wake turbulence, that's dumb. Because I want regular, you know, turbulence from the atmosphere, but, yeah, whatever. I'll just see if this does anything different. Because I'm just,
Terrain ahead.
I've already had
Pull
enough
up.
of wake turbulence.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
It's just dumb to have that with the multiplayer planes. So I'll see if that changes anything. But still, I don't want to change the entirety of my turbulence settings in the entire sim off of one option. But yes, 4 private jets are in the marketplace on the PlayStation. That doesn't seem to change anything. I don't know what this setting is then, so I guess it's not having to do with the... Whatever, guess we're just stuck with whatever. Anyways, let's get our landing in here.
Sync rate. Pull up. Sync rate. Pull up. Sync rate.
Michael, yes, this is the new Avidyne instrument system. IFD or whatever it's called. And Reggie, good day, Cow. First time sim player here. Just wanted to say your content has helped me a lot. Appreciate you. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, Reggie. Glad it's been helpful. Hopefully you've been having a blast with the sim. And happy to have you here in the live stream. Welcome. And David, watch out for the McDowell Mountains if you're coming in from the north. You talking about those? I'll just ski down that with the Cessna 172, do a couple drifts down the hill, and then finish off the final approach there. It's no big deal. Where do you find it? So in the 172, in the free flight menu, just select the 172, then hit configure, and then from there you can change the variation to the IFD variants, which is the ski one, regular, just basically all the variants we had before, just with this new Avidyne system. the IFD 550 and 540. But see, now you can see all the ground reflections. When we land again, I want to see if the Garmin's doing that, because I don't remember seeing that. That's one thing I don't know why that's still not fixed anyways in the sim, regarding like windshields reflecting stuff that are not supposed to be reflecting, and just basically pretending like there's nothing below us. Because that's just an annoying effect.
Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution.
No, it just keeps
Terrain.
going, huh?
Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain.
I see we got Pilot Brad in the sky as well. Very nice. And M. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, I own all 4 planes on the PC and Xbox. I enjoy them all, but I'm definitely not going to be rebuying them. All I bought was a Citation 10. And yeah, I'm definitely waiting to see what the other 16 items are going to be. I'm not sure if we'll get any more today. But like I was talking about before, I think they're kind of just drip feeding it because there's nothing else to release afterwards. So it might just be random weekly drops. I don't know. Because I feel like if they had more stuff in the pipeline, they would have just released all 20 items at once. But since they didn't, I'm just going off of... Because it's not going to be like the PC and Xbox. We know that now. It's just going to be... You know, PC and Xbox now has marketplace drops any time of week, as opposed to just Monday and Thursdays. But with the PlayStation side of things, at least for a while, it'll just be on its own release schedule, I think. Yep, wake turbulence in multiplayer was a mistake. that's not gonna last long, or at least it won't be long until we have some settings to turn it on and off. Because not only did we have the AI plane, we also had the airliner that took off the other direction with its wake turbulence touches. It's gonna be one of those things where it's funny in the beginning, and then it kind of just gets old after that. I feel like that's how that's gonna go. No new liveries? In the default sim right now, no. It's all the same airline liveries that we've had since release. As for the marketplace, I'm hoping I'm wrong on it, but I'm just not sure what Sony will allow. Like, I don't know if they're going to be like, well, do they have the rights to it? Because I had that comment, too, on the, that add-on I did over the airline, travel, global, whatever the thing's called, where somebody was trying to claim that, oh, the third-party developers get all the rights and licensing to the liveries. I'm like, yeah, okay. Right. Wink, wink. So that's what I'm worried about, though, on the PlayStation side, is Sony going to be like, well, do they have all the legal paperwork in order to use these liveries? Because I'm not sure what the PlayStation Store rules are like and all that type of stuff regarding that. So we'll see. But hopefully we don't end up in a situation where we don't end up getting the livery packs because of that. So, at this moment in time, it's just a guess. Thanks, only got back on the game today after a long time. Bit worried about the update after watching you yesterday, but I think it's just VR, which is the problem. No, I mean, we ran into stuff outside of it too, where planes were doing things they weren't doing before. So I mean, there was stuff kind of across the board. So hopefully today's stream will go better, though. And Kazi, is it worth waiting for other stick support, or is the HOTAS the best bet, you think? Also, does anyone know if Cowtown is on controller? I am always on controller. No matter where I am now on the sim. On PC and Xbox, I'm using an Xbox controller. On PlayStation, I'm using the DualSense with gyroscope. I don't even use my other flight stick anymore. But as for the only one that works, the T-Flight HOTAS 4 or 1, whatever. I think it's 4. Whatever. It's Thrustmaster. It's easy to find. It's the only one that works on PlayStation currently. So far, still haven't seen any news regarding any new peripherals, which I would say I'm surprised about, but again, this all goes back to communication. We talked about it yesterday in the stream from Asobo, communicating with players, but it seems like they don't do a good job of communicating with developers either, because in the forums, somebody was asking, hey, is PMDG airliners coming to the PlayStation Marketplace? Of course, the developers don't respond, but the PMDG guys did respond. They said they did everything that Microsoft was wanting to get everything into the PlayStation side of it, but even they don't know, like, is it gonna happen? Are we ready to, it's just, there's so much about the development of this sim that is treated as top secret material for some reason, and it's just weird to me that even the developers don't know if their planes are going to the PlayStation Marketplace or not. It's just odd to me. It really is. So needless to say, for those of you that were asking about the PMDG airliners, they apparently did everything they needed to do on their end to get their aircraft over to PlayStation, so the developers themselves and the players, we all are on the same page of not knowing what's going on with it, or if we can expect it to happen soon. So, just a waiting game for everybody for whatever reason. Oh, David, I agree. I hate the Simverse coins things they got going on over here on the PlayStation. And because PC and Xbox, you use Simverse coins too, but it shows up with just a regular currency amount. And then when you buy the plane, it just gets the equivalent of Simverse coins, and that's it. But here, it's like, oh, buy more than you need to. And, it's just, I don't know. Not a fan of the Simverse coins. But see the lines in the reflection? I want to see if the Garmin's doing that really quick. Oh, by the way, just in case you're wondering how to switch this, just in case you don't know, let me just go from the start so you can see what I'm doing. So, just go into free flight. Go to the aircraft selection menu. And then scrub over to the 172 Skyhawk. From there, you can hit configure. And then you can choose the variation. The G1000 is, of course, the Garmin's that we've had, and now you can see the IFD variations, which is what we were just using for that. But I just want to see if the Garmin's doing the same reflection or not. Oh, here it is. There be the Scottsdale. I'll just put me on the runway. Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. That update has nothing to do with the marketplace. That is just for the Aviator Edition upgrades. Yep, see, the Garmin doesn't do that. I was assuming so, because I don't remember ever really being annoyed. Because that's just the most annoying thing in the sim, is the windows reflecting the ground when it's not supposed to. And now that Avidyne does the same thing. If only that was in the beta to test out, we could have clarified that and maybe got that fixed, but, you know. We can never test everything that the update will bring for whatever reason as well. But yep, okay, just wanted to double check, so the Garmin does not do that horrendous reflection. Just wanted to double check that. I guess we'll pop into my $50 plane. Because, well, okay. So let's go to the marketplace really quick and we'll talk about this. Let me visually showcase what we are speaking of here. Are we up to 42? Nope, 41. So, let's say we want to buy the Honda Jet. Of course, I'm 4 coins away. So in order for me to get it, I have to spend a little bit more than I actually need to in order to buy the plane. Because there's no 4 sim coin option. Because you can't just go in here and say like, okay, it's 100 sim coins, I'm missing 4. Make up the difference, and we're done. Then it's, what, $1 or something. But no, I need to spend a little bit more than that in order to actually buy it because that's the way this thing works. It is ridiculous. See, the minimum amount is 8. So instead of me spending for 4 sim coins to make up that difference, I'm spending $2.50, and then I'll have a random extra amount after the fact. Because I wanted to see the pricing here. So 200 coins is 50, because I'm just trying to see if it balances out if you do... I mean, it's just... This is what... Just let me buy the thing and give me the right amount without doing all this extra stuff. It's just dumb. It really is truly dumb. Because yesterday I had, what? I think it was 60 Simverse coins. So in order for me to get amount, or 100, or whatever it was. No, the Citation 10 was 120 or something. So I would have to do like a separate purchase here, then another separate purchase to get another. It's very convoluted and dumb. And that is my opinion over the Simverse coins, and it'll probably always be that way forever. Why there isn't just pay the exact amount option is weird to me. So, that's my thoughts on Simverse coins. Speaking of Simverse coins, I may as well go over to my plane that I bought, see if we can hopefully have a decent experience with it, because we did have a crash in the limited amount of time we flew this thing. So we'll pop back into Scottsdale here. And Kazim, yeah, absolutely. Love the gyroscope. Yep, that definitely explains it, Josh, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like there's too much interest from the developers to incorporate crossplay. which I find very odd because I know there's a lot of people that want the crossplay. Does the map work today? Nope. Still doesn't work. And hello NBA, welcome to the flight. Is the Garmin better? I mean, it's cool having the new stuff, but I don't want to see those reflections in the whole time. It's just because even at an altitude, we were seeing this satellite imagery from the screen. It's crazy to me that internal testers use that and they're like, perfect. You know? It's like, come on. And in case you don't know, this is one of the marketplace releases. One of the 4 private jets. It's still weird to me that that was their initial one. You would have thought they would at least have one of each for the first 4, but... yeah, this is a Citation 10. Did I not do that all the way? I thought that closes all the way. Does it not? I guess not. I don't know why I thought that closes all the way, but... Is SimBrief needed to get the Citation 10 to follow the flight plan because I can't seem to get it to load into the MCDU? Let's see. I'll just do it through the EFB first just to see. Just see if we can get that through the EFB into that. Kilo, Sierra, Delta, Lima. And let's head to... You know what? Let's head to the Grand Canyon. Or Flagstaff, actually. Yeah, we'll do that. We've been in the Grand Canyon enough. Let's go east of that to Kilo, India, November Whiskey. November Whiskey. Find a route, please. That's a crap route, but that's okay. I just want to kind of see if that does anything there. Oh. Oh, okay. Are we good? Oh, that's why. My goodness gracious. I think one of these streams I need to do without multiplayer. Because I can never tell if it's just the plane issue or it's because somebody spawns right on top of my plane. Now I got the memory warning here. Hang on. All right. Well, I don't think loading in from the EFB did absolutely anything, so that's not promising. Flight plan. Let me try to do it from inside here, possibly. I'm so unfamiliar with this plane, though, so don't have high hopes for me to kind of figure that one out. Origin. Well, that's definitely not where we're coming from. But needless to say, the EFB is not sending the route, so we know that's not working properly. And then to Kilo India, November Whiskey. Departure. Are we on 3? Yes, we are on 3. I don't really care. Just pick something, I guess. And that. And activate. Because now we actually have something here. You can see it. So yeah, the EFB is not activating a flight plan. But you can get a flight plan set up through the MFD inside of it. But yeah, if you set something up outside of, you know, the flight planner or the EFB, it's not transferring over. And somebody said go to Page, Arizona. I'll look for it up in the sky here. I was hoping that would pop up with it. Get rid of that flight plan out of there, because that's useless. But again, like I said, if you're flying solo and everything, you're probably having a great experience regardless of the platform. I'm just saying, when you're with the multiplayer side of things, that's when it becomes less solid. But when there's memory loss and stuff like that, I mean, it reboots the systems basically. So just like it happened with this, when there was a player right on top of the plane, it led to, you know, the memory thing, but it just ends up rebooting the system. So sometimes it can be longer, sometimes it can be a short reboot. But a majority of the issues that we run into is because of multiplayer. Because, I mean, when I did the A400 flight in career, everything was fine. The A330 freaked out for a little bit. I just restarted the sim, and it didn't give me the memory loss anymore. And all that. It's a game issue. It's always been an issue with multiplayer. It's been that way for a long time, and sim updates never seem to put any emphasis on improving that. I don't have any memory issues with live weather or live traffic. The next time we're going to do a stream, we're going to just do it without multiplayer being on, and I can guarantee you it'll be pretty much a smooth experience during the entire flight. I'm doing great, Kyson. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Bummed about the lack of live missions in career, otherwise SU5 has generally improved career mode. Yeah. I suppose. But I still need to look at the live weather stuff. I haven't checked that just yet. I mean, the one area I want to see them improve career mode is all the random crap penalties you get when it's not supposed to be triggering those. That's one area that lacks in improvement. Just like the remote cargo ops yesterday. Oh, the landing gear was down even though it wasn't, so you were too high of a speed with them down. Okay. Same thing with the Beluga still. You know, you don't get a parking space, so it plops you next to the runway, then it says, oh, you didn't announce taxi, and all, you know, all that type of stuff absolutely still needs to be improved. Oh, nice. The scroll doesn't work here either. It's funny, the scroll works fine in the EFB, but in a lot of instances it just doesn't like it. Parky, anytime they ask you to switch frequency, just open the communication window and then say acknowledge it, and then it'll show up with this, like, tune Albuquerque Center. Just don't click it again, and they won't bother you the rest of the career mission. That's what I do on the long flights when I'm not going to be sitting around the whole time. And then you can just contact them again once you're close to your destination. It'll catch back up, and you won't get a penalty for it. And is something wrong with the A321? I'll check it out. Oh. I guess I was... Did I... Wow, what happened? I thought I was flying level, but apparently not. This is a very... Where's the thunderstorm at? There we go. Finally some thunder. I want to see a lightning strike in front of me. All I see is the reflection of a strike, or just lightning in general. Oh, I saw one on the bottom of the screen there. I take it that you have to have the Aviator Edition to configure the car in NA in the 172. I don't know what that means. Wait, what? What car? Or am I just misreading this? Herminator, I don't think so. Yeah, so far, so good, Paul. Just the usual multiplayer freezes and stuff. Are you just talking about the new avionics stuff? Because no, you don't need the Aviator edition. That's out for anybody. The IFD 550 and 500 or 560, whatever it's called. But yeah, that's available for every player, no matter what edition. That came with Sim Update 5. If we're talking about the Avidyne system. Do we know if they've announced a patch for base PS5? I can tell you right now, this sim doesn't do a lot of hot fixes and patches in the public release. You might get one or two within a week or two after the sim update releases, and then after that, you get to wait until sim update 6, and that's pretty much it. And you can blame the forum for that, because they were complaining that there were too many updates in the beginning of 2024's life, which is why we sit here and wait months for updates to happen. I mean, for your issue, did you just reinstall the sim? Because you can do that, you won't lose any progress or anything like that. That's not part of the install file. So that would be my best recommendation, is to do that. Oh, David, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't even really heading in a specific area. What a boring thunderstorm. But anyways, there we go. It's enough thunderstorm for me. And I assume you mean reinstalling the sim, CJ, so hopefully that helps you out as well. Because, I mean, yeah, if you can't fully get into the sim, then something just went really weird there. So a reinstall should hopefully fix that for you. Oh, shoot, are we in Sedona? I didn't mean to make my way over here, but this works out for a landing. No, it was just an area that looks like it. Maybe that's over. It's alright, at least we got some cool terrain going on. And welcome to the Flight Pig Towns. Jado, nope, I don't think there's gonna be... I mean, again, you weren't here, but I'm speculating the reason they're slow rolling these 20 items is because those are the only 20 items we'll get for a little bit. So they're just trying to make it last. Just me speculating. And Finest, I'm so sorry. I know I missed your other super chat as well. I apologize about that. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the $1.99 there. And thank you again for another $1.99, Finest. Very much appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Friday, and welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, there's the airport. Fantastic. I'll land here then. I knew the area looked familiar. I've only been able to do that one mission I did the video over. I love that plane. Absolutely love the C-160. I'm hoping it makes it over to PlayStation as well. But all we seem to get are private jets, and another private jet, and then another private jet on top of that. And as much as I do enjoy me a private jet, I still think it would have made more sense to have a little bit more of a variety going on the first 4, if that's all we're going to get for the next few days. We'll try it. We're going to be going way too fast for this. It's alright, we'll idle it out. I'll have to check out that too with the A330. I've been getting a lot of comments about it, so I want to kind of see that as well. Let's do a little touch and go here since we got all that extra airspeed. And we'll go for an actual approach here. Marketplace came out yesterday. All 4 private jets so far. Let me check the audio here as well. This is fully with the marketplace, because if I mean, it's not going to be like the Xbox and PC side of things. It'll be separate. It'll be probably a lot slower of new things coming out, if I'd have to guess, because you know we have to guess about pretty much everything since we can't just get definitive answers on things and what to expect from stuff like the marketplace and everything. So, but yeah, it's probably going to be a very slow roll, but this is the full marketplace because third-party stuff is out. It might just be a lot slower of a release on that. So 4 more private jets on Monday then, probably. If that really happens, I'm gonna be really, really annoyed. I mean, like I said, I mean, come on, there's so many cool marketplace items, and out of those 20 items, you couldn't have had 4 to release that are different style aircraft, or maybe a helicopter, a fighter, a private jet, and then an airliner or something, just to kind of get people excited, like, oh man, there's a new airliner in here. No, you give us 4 private jets, like, okay. And don't get me wrong, they're cool private jets, but I just think it would have been neat to have a variety going on to kickstart off the marketplace. Welcome to the Flight Chosen, and Paul, and PJ. I think I said NBA Quebec, but welcome as well. We got Ludo. Welcome as well. But see, multiplayer acts fine when people are kind of spaced out. But if they're like right next to you, even on the ground, because you saw that too when we were trying to do the flight plan, it would freak the sim out. It just doesn't like multiplayer being right next to you. But other than that, it's all nice and smooth and nice. Oops, too much. I'm also a little bit high on this approach here. Goodness gracious, this thing just doesn't want to bleed off the air. I'm not even descending. Thank you, goodness. How do I not have a red yet? Are you kidding me? How much lower do you want me to be? Oh yeah, let me just be level with the runway and then you'll be happy. Get out of here with that. Somebody's pappy light, man. Get out of here. That's gonna be hard, yeah. I'm not at all used to this plane anymore. I'm so out of practice with it. See that? Good break. But yeah, I'm so out of practice with the Citation 10. I need to get more used to that thing. But I want to dive into the A321 because people are having issues with it. And then after that, we'll pop into career mode with the A330, and I want to see if we can replicate the issues that folks are having with that in the mode. So, let's get a little Jet 2 holiday going on. I'm sure it can take off from Sedona, it's fine. The ATR will be updated on May 5th. I keep getting a lot of comments about, you know, because I use the skip functionality with the remote cargo ops. And what's wrong with the plane, guys? There it goes. Just looked really funny without the wings. But, yeah, I keep getting comments like, oh, well, use sim rate and everything like that. You shouldn't have to use sim rate in order to utilize a functionality that's properly working. You know, the skip feature, it's why, I mean, the skip feature's been weird since the beginning, which is why I never use it, just because it leads to the plane doing weird things after it loads further into the mission. But you shouldn't have to use other functionality in the sim for something that should be working correctly, where it doesn't just throw you in there, improperly having the plane set up, so it's like, oh, you're overspeeding the flaps, you know, all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, it's always funny getting those comments. It's like, I'd rather them just fix the feature to begin with and then go from that. So I know we got the memory bug, which again, don't believe we were ever getting that with Sim Update 4. I mean, sure, it popped up in very rare cases, but Sim Update 5 brings it up to a whole nother level. Which is a shame, because the PlayStation's performance was excellent, I feel, in Sim Update 4. I loved it. So I don't know why they really messed with it too much. Just waiting to see if it reboots on its own or if it just stays blank the whole time. Haven't been waiting 4 months for 4 private jets. I agree. And Heisenberg, hello, hello. They must have made some tweaks to how the systems interact with the sim. I don't know why they did that anyways, because most of the planes were doing perfectly fine otherwise, and now something doesn't properly load and it kind of glitches things out is the main issue. So we'll taxi a little bit, we'll see if that can pop up. Nice. Nose gear doesn't animate. That's cool. And this is the default distance from the camera, or from the plane as well. Oh, does it animate at all? Hold on. That's probably part of the memory issues, but it doesn't want to come back for some reason. Which that doesn't make any sense, because the wheels are moving on the front. Interesting. Yeah, they're anim, so it's not like that's any bit of an issue there. Well, alright, those screens don't seem to be wanting to pop up. Let's see if spawning on the runway changes it, or if it just immediately goes into it. Yep, so they made a change to the A321 that, honestly, I don't remember having any issues with the A321 performance-wise, so...
Kilo Sierra Echo traffic. Airbus Charlie Oscar Whiskey.
Alright, one more test I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off multiplayer and see if that has an effect. It probably won't. It seems like something's fundamentally wrong with that plane now. Nope, still there. So yeah, they just
Echo Zulu traffic. Airbus Charlie Oscar Whiskey
they did
Tango,
something
November. Taking off runway
horribly
28,
with the
departing straight out. Kilo Sierra Echo Zulu.
plane. I just want to see if the screens turn on or not. Would you recommend a full reinstall? Nah, it's not going to make a difference regarding stuff like this. That's Asobo making some changes to a plane and not going as intended. It's alright, at least my A330 isn't trash. When I was flying last night, the avionics came on mid-flight, but then it shut my engines down. Nice. That's just fuel efficiency going on right there. But yet another example of Asobo needing to let us test everything, because obviously I don't think anything was really happening on the beta version. It was pretty much the same as SU4's version, and then they tweak something and whatever else. Let's see if the A330 can deal with it here. One of these sim updates, though, they'll let us test everything, and, you know, that would be ideal. Instead of having random stuff that isn't tested by beta testers. Because, I don't know, the quality assurance team is missing things. So now my A330 is doing this too? What is this? Is it the Sedona Airport? Sorry, CJs. Oh, the 787 is just... It's been terrible since 24 released, and not much has changed. It must not like Sedona, because that's my A330 that I know. So let me do the A321 again. Let's just take a little look at Jet 2 Holidays one more time at not an airport that's Sedona. I think Sedona might be some underlying performance issues in general there. But we'll see. Because now we know the A330 doesn't do the memory loss. Which is what my experience has been. Doesn't seem like the A321 is doing the memory loss here either. Oh, yeah, and there it is. Okay. Something's wrong with Sedona. Doesn't look like the nose wheel still animates, so that's definitely a bug. But yep, so there's the A321. Let's do the A320, because I saw somebody bring that up as well. Well, because the PlayStation version was my favorite with Sim Update 4 and still is now. Plus, Xbox doesn't have VR or my gyroscope. So I just typically use the Xbox and PC side for my pre-recorded stuff. Plus, not a lot of Xbox or PC players fly along with us, so it's always nice seeing a lot of folks on the PlayStation side join us. And those are my reasons. But yep, so outside of an underlying performance issue regarding Sedona, all the Airbuses are working fine and no memory loss. So there we go. There we go. By the way, oh, never mind. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to let... I think... Was it C... Wait, who said that in my Discord? I think it was CJ's. Maybe not. Let me look again. So it doesn't actually fix the issue. It just hides it until a reboot. Let me see who said it. Oh, it was CJ. Okay. I appreciate your thought, but it doesn't seem to actually fix it. Once the sim reboots, you get right back to the additional content missing that we had before. So it's just a band-aid on the initial... So if we go into... Here, I'll show it. We'll do a live test really quick. So it's a quote-unquote fix. Because that's the first time I looked at it after I did that. So if we go over here to... Oh, the Aviator Edition here. Let me disable it. And then we'll re-enable it. Actually, that gets rid of all the other stuff, so that's perfect. And then Premium Deluxe to Aviator upgrade, please. Enable this again. Oh, I didn't realize there's two different CJs. That's funny. Hey Ross, been watching and listening to the stream, been getting twins ready. Game now has went backwards. This is because they didn't let us test the beta properly. I agree. One of these days we'll get a sim update that just has everything that the sim update's going to do, and we can all test it all out. I don't know why they're so against doing that. I guess they'd much rather it lead to random things like that going on. Does that get me my... Oh, I need to do all that back again, but that's fine. But now if we click on the 8, it'll be fine, and then I bet if we do a reboot, it'll go right back to it again. So it's somewhat of a fix, but not really. Hey, West! Not too much today. Just some random spots, but more so kind of because of airports related, and of course multiplayer. But it's a lot smoother today for the most part. And I'm glad everybody on other platforms is having a great time. I'm happy to hear that. Overall, I'm having a good time here too. Just some underlying issues that regress the PlayStation experience, because PlayStation was excellent with Sim Update 4, and it definitely killed some things on the PlayStation side. Hello, Sush. Hello, hello. I mean, some of the things I mentioned already during the beta phase, but they've carried over to the sim, so... I let them know about it. I posted in the forums and everything, but... whatever. Nice big Chungus. It is a very cool plane. And let's see if it's back to the warning now or not. Yep, so it, yeah, doesn't do anything. The other thing I want to check out really quick, since we're out of free flight at the moment, is something weird with the A330's passenger transport missions. Don't have an A330, so we're just going to be doing it through employee. Let's see what's going on. Alright, perfect. Thanks for stopping on by. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for stopping on by. And yep, Big Chungus, I agree. I don't know why they went 4 private jets to kickstart things off. That's just weird to me. And I'll check to see if we can get an Amsterdam mission too. I just want to see if it happens at a smaller airport here. Or at least one that's not in a populated area. Because I'm not really sure what the issue is, to be honest. We'll kind of just see.
Happy to be flying with you today, Captain.
Like, is it in the beginning of the mission, I'm assuming?
It's Cynthia from your flight staff. We're ready to begin boarding. Waiting for your signal.
Saint X ground. Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf. Can you please get the passengers on board? Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf. The jetway is going to be connected. Saint X ground. Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf. Baggage is on the way.
One of these sim updates is going to fix the overlapping dialogue as well.
Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf. Can you please send a catering truck?
Jetway never properly connects.
Romeo Zulu Golf. The catering truck is on the road.
At least with the A330, so that hasn't changed since sim update 4.
Saint X ground. Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf ready to copy IFR clearance ticket. Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf is cleared to Munich Airport via the Bellaway Sierra departure, runway 17 right. Climb via Sid maintained flight level tree 30. Departure frequency is 124.5. Squawk 7771.
Oh, the screen. Okay, so it's probably the same issue that I ran into on the Golden Star thing, where for whatever reason this is running. I don't know how it's running anyways. There's nothing plugged into it. So I think if it's not doing what it's doing here, that is where you run into those issues.
Departure frequency is 124.5. Squawk 7771. Foxtrot Bravo, Romeo Zulu Golf. Romeo Zulu Golf. Readback corrected. Contact ground on 121.8 tree. Good day.
Hello, hello, excuse me, coming through. Just want to see all you guys jump into the plane here, if you don't mind. Even though we won't see anything because the door doesn't open on the jetway. Oh yeah, that's doable for everybody. About what, 12 feet? 10 feet?
Luggage loading now complete.
I would imagine the problem is airport. I mean, it might not be airport related. It might just be how it spawns in, honestly. So I'll go to a major airport and see if we can replicate it there. Only Olympic long jumpers on the flight today. Uh-huh. Alright, so hang on, let me do the filter again. Do the filter again. There we go. A330-200 Rolls-Royce. Did you say Amsterdam? Yes, you did. Let's try it here. Let's see. Nope, you are stuck with whatever the recent sim update is. The thing I would recommend is reinstalling the sim to see if that helps. It's not going to help with everything, but it's worth a shot. I mean, it depends on what you're flying. I mean, if you're flying things solo and everything, you'll probably have a great experience. But if you're doing stuff with multiplayer and going to the major cities in an airliner, you'll probably have a better chance of running into issues. But again, everybody's going to have different experiences depending on what they're using. So it's just... Yep, and there it is immediately. So this is where the plane won't be running and the screens won't turn on, and then the plane will freak out on the ground, and it'll go from that. I'll just do it just to showcase it. And that'll be the next thing I check out, because I've seen a lot of people are saying there's no live weather missions, so I'll double check that too. I meant to do it earlier and I completely forgot, so thank you for bringing it up again. But see how it's quiet and nothing's going on? That's when you know things are going to go wrong.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Because this is what was happening to me in the heavy cargo missions with the A330. So we'll sit here for a little bit, and all of a sudden the plane will jut up and everything. It might be different for passengers, but we'll see.
Captain, it's Breer, the purser. Ready to board passengers. Waiting on your go-ahead.
Say the request passengers doesn't work. So basically, anytime you see the memory thing, just back out of the mission before you take a penalty on your reputation. So yep, it's going to be random then. Some places you'll be fine, and other places it's doing something incorrectly. Because there's nothing you can do about that. So we're definitely easily replicating that. And of course, the same thing does happen periodically with the heavy cargo missions as well. And you know what? Hang on. Hold up. I want to see something real quick, so let me close out of this. We'll be back on the PlayStation, but I want to see something. Just want to see something here. Oh crap, I saw the system update. Great. I just want to see if the same thing can be replicated on the Xbox. The Series X to be exact, so we're going to do that. Nope, still the same for private jets in the marketplace on PlayStation. How did I just switch consoles that fast? I have them right next to each other. Switched my HDMI port. But yeah, I'm really just fascinated to see if we can replicate that on the other console as well. Third-party add-ons in the marketplace are already there. Got 4 private jets to choose from. Nope, I have a capture card. So it's just all going through that. Yep, Gray. I couldn't believe it. It's like, we couldn't have done the variety of things here. Why is it all the same genre of plane? But hello, Virtuous Sim. Hello, hello. But again, it all goes back to everybody is playing the sim differently. If you're just flying with hardly any multiplayer going on and stuff like that, depending on the plane you're flying, where you're flying it, everybody's going to have different experiences regarding what's happening in the sim. But what we just did was easily replicatable, and I want to see if I can replicate it on the Xbox side as well. Because what we're going to do on the Xbox as well is I'm going to bring those Airbuses to Sedona and see if we get those same memory pop-ups. I'm really interested in seeing that. Apologies, my Xbox is on the Insider program, so... Almost every... Good thing the Flight Sim forum isn't on the Xbox forum, because they probably complain about all the updates you have to do. Just, I will never forget them causing the lack of updates to the public builds. There's too many updates. Okay. I'd rather have more updates than what we got going on currently. But that's just me. No, it has nothing to do with the graphics, because you can see everything's loading in around the area, so if it was because of the big city and everything, you would have a lot of, like, frame drops and everything. The frame rate's fine. Everything's already loaded in, scenery-wise, the airport and AI traffic. That's not the problem. It's just they changed something, and the plane's not happy about it. Did I update this yet? I don't even remember. Nope. It's alright. It'll be a quick update. Shall we play GTA 6 while we wait? Wow, it was only half a gigabyte of a download for Sim Update 5? That seems small. Hopefully I'm not on the beta still. I guess we'll find out. As a matter of fact, let me see. Is it 1.27? I think it is. Let me double check. It is. Okay, cool. So we are on the right thing. Excellent. I was worried I was going to have to fight with the Insider Hub app to get rid of the beta. But we're fine. No, the right stick is something that I was reporting on in the beta. Because at first it was only on the Xbox side. Xbox and PC using the controller, it wouldn't scroll. But now it's made its way over to PlayStation with the full release as well. So you're not alone on that. Yeah, but the thing is, that wasn't happening before, so it's still a regression. You shouldn't have to be changing your settings in order to not have those issues happening. Hartsfield, I can double check that. Can you see if the A400 MCDU is still broken? It requires a mouse instead of a controller, which sucks. Even in cursor mode? Alright, so let's just do the same thing we just did on the PlayStation. We'll have to take a little gander at that as well. This needs to get a skip feature. Stupid limited time crap. Useless missions. Come on now. All right, let's see. Didn't see the warning there. Let's see if we pop up on the second window, though, when it loads in. But I think we saw it on that screen there. Oh, there it is. There it is. So it means the mission won't work here on Xbox either. I suspected that. I doubt there was going to be a difference between the two. So that means the Airbuses will probably do the same thing in Sedona as well, which we're going to test out, because I'm just interested in seeing that.
It's a real pleasure to be flying together again.
No, there's the Wasm crash, which this doesn't even show up on the PS5 version. The screens just don't turn on, but... Yep. The community managers were trying to make it sound like this is just a third-party issue, but you can see it happens with the first-party Airbuses.
Awaiting your instructions.
But yep, and then we shouldn't be able to request port... Yep, exact same thing as PlayStation. But I was being told that there wasn't happening in it. So yep, easily replicating that issue with the A330 in passenger transport missions. Now again, what I want to do is bring the Airbuses over to... well here, first, you've been patient. Let me do the A400 screen really quick as well, just to see if that's happening. But, yeah. Pretty much how I was expecting that to go. Because I would have been surprised if it was a different experience on Xbox. Because that is a sim issue. Hey Pilot Dan, don't be sorry you're late. Just happy to have you here in the stream at all. Very much appreciate it. Been doing career mode myself. Got the search and rescue chopper missions now. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So... Oh my god, what was that? What is this purple line? Is that just the... Oh, there we go. Loaded in the tent. So this screen, right? Oh, something did something. But yeah, it's still not. So, that means the PlayStation side isn't doing anything with the screen either. So yep, if you want to use it, you'll have to use a mouse. Oh, that, well actually, wait, what in the world? I like how some things move. Is this similar to... Oh, shoot, we never checked that out either, did we? The PC24 screen, I meant to do that before, hang on. The sim crashed on me last time I tried checking it. If the waypoints actually clear correctly now. Because before you'd have to have the screen moving in order for it to interact with it. That's true, Gray. At least everybody can enjoy the issue. Shoot, hang on, let me do a quick flight plan here. It doesn't matter. Just do this. Are we moving? Nice. Love that. Glad the cursor's a mess on the Xbox as well. Very good. Fighting that yesterday. Always have to move the crap in order for it to do something. Send that to the avionics. Hey, this works finally. Because before you would only be able to interact with this if the menu was moving. So the PC12 and the PC24, you can interact properly with this now. Meant to check that the other day and completely forgot about it, so... That only took a few sim updates to finally get to that point. Because yeah, you'd have to do this weird thing where it's like, okay, move it really quick and then click on it fast. Don't have to do it anymore. But anyways, let me get back to my Airbus test at Sedona, just to see if the same issues happen. And I know you wouldn't actually be flying the plane there, but I just want to double check to see if the same memory issues happen with all three of them. Because then that means it'll happen other kind of major airport areas with terrain and photogrammic imagery and so forth. So we start off with the A321. You gotta celebrate the positives, you know? So let's see if we get the low memory warning here too. Yep. There it is. Wasm crash. I don't know, it seems like I'm getting the same experience that I'm getting on PlayStation, so it's kind of another reason why I wanted to come over here to see if it truly was any different, but we're using the same scenarios that we were dealing with there and the same things happening. Just here we got the orange screen of death. So, alright, 1 for 1. Nice iced tea. Two for 2. We'll see if the screen's orange screen of death here. Yep. And let's see if we can finish off 3 for 3 with the A330 again. So, I'm going to also test out, so we know career mode gets freaked out with the A330 at Amsterdam. I want to go into free flight and see if we have the same thing that's going on here in Sedona happening here. I mean, if you're wanting career support, 3 of the 4 support it. The Honda Jet, the B390, and the Piaggio. So if career is something you're kind of looking forward to. If you're wanting something unique, obviously the Piaggio or the... and it's crashed. But the Piaggio and... the Honda Jet are the unique ones for sure, because I mean the Cessna Citation 10, pretty similar to the Longitude, you know, obviously a little bit wider, longer wingspan and stuff like that. Still a great plane, but yeah, it's just depending on what you're looking for. If you're looking for uniqueness, career support, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a different experience on the Xbox for sure. But yeah, I'm sorry. I am not a fan of Sim Update 5. I'm just not. There is a lot that went backwards. No, CJ's, because, I mean, here, we'll go to my local airport, because that has an add-on on it, plus it's photogrammic. I just want to see if the same thing's happening, because then, if something happens with my A330 there, it has definitely been a major regression, because I've flown my A330 with everything in Sim Update 4 on PC and Xbox with no issues or memory issues. So that'll be a good test, actually. And then I also want to go back to Amsterdam, too. But, yeah. And yeah, that's the Piaggio. It's a cool plane. A bit of a in-depth one as well, if I remember correctly, from what we flew before. Oh. My add-on isn't there. It's alright, we'll just do a basic. We'll do a test with it. No, I want my add-on there. I want to see. Right stick doesn't work. Love it. Did I skip it already? There it is. Not entirely sure why that was disabled anyways, but... I hope somebody makes a new Colorado Springs airport, though. Alright, let's see. Because Colorado Springs is photogrammic, and again, you just saw have the third-party add-ons here now. Oh yeah, CJ, I mean, we flew that thing all over the place. A330 was awesome, and then something changed between the beta and into this. I don't know why. Because, I mean, crap, we were flying that in career mode, too, in the beta. See, we're good here. Maybe. Yep. So it's airport dependent. So it isn't just across the board. As you can see, everything's loaded in fine like it should be. Which, again, is an experience we've had on PlayStation as well. So let me go to Amsterdam. I want to just see if the same thing happens in free flight like it does in career. Just go to a parking gate. No, just spawn in the runway. Howdy from Colorado Springs. Well, howdy. Welcome. It's amazing how many Colorado Springs folks watch my content. That's fantastic. But welcome to the stream. Ben, yeah, I agree. I fully agree. There's been, because I'm telling you, can watch my PlayStation stuff from the beta, from the early beta, the last couple builds before this released, I wasn't very happy with. But if you go from just the overall public release version or before the sim released on PlayStation during that beta, you can see how much fun I was having. The performance was great. It was so stable. I loved it. As we kept going through Sim Update 5's beta, I was noticing things were regressing already. That's why I was like, okay, let's hold it on the release here and focus on some fixes. And then, of course, that didn't happen, so... But I'm seeing those regressions on the Xbox as well. And yeah, so it's dependent on where you're spawning in. Something broke with certain airports. But I'm glad we came over here, because I kept seeing like, oh, everything's fine on Xbox, I'm not having any issue. I'm glad we did this live so we can all see what's going on. So these regressions have also made their way over to the Xbox. Because now we're going to get the orange screen of death again. Yep. Totally fine on Xbox. So something has... let me go to some random airports, see if we can see it happen more, or if it's really just random. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something wrong, and this was not happening before. I'm gonna be honest, they touch planes that don't need to be worked on, while avoiding planes that do need to be worked on, and I'm not sure what the process is with that. Nope, broke here in Tokyo. It seems like default sim handcrafted airports are leading to this issue. Come on, pop up. I know you're gonna show up here. No, you're just not going to do the screen anymore? You're sick of orange screening of death? Yep. And you said Washington Dulles. Is that... Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. No, that's not handcrafted either. Okay, we'll just dive into it. We'll see. Let's see if we can replicate it as well. Which means these issues we're seeing with the A330 would also be seeing with the A321, the A320. I'm interested to see if the 737 is having that same issue or if it's just any builds aircraft. Let's see if we get the warning here. Nope. Not on this load for here. It seems like it's the handcrafted airports it's not liking. Let me just do a quick JFK test here. Oh, Dan, I fully agree. I want them to bring back the weekly updates. I don't care what the forum cries about, and they're like, oh, there's too many updates. I want things fixed. Simple as that. If they don't like it, then don't play the sim anymore because there's too many updates. It's just dumb. It's like, no, let's have the same regressions for months until we wait for the next sim update. Because I love the sim too, but it's easy to see that, especially on the console side of things, there's been major regressions from what we were experiencing with Sim Update 4. But JFK might be fine. So yeah, just hit or miss on the airports. I don't know what it is, but it was pretty consistent there. Just want to do an Amsterdam check on the 737 just to see if that's fine. Because Sim Update 3 and 4 was making the console experience just excellent. So that's what makes it more frustrating to see this type of thing happening. I don't remember what runway I spawned on. Did I spawn on this one? I don't know, just pick one and see. Hello, Ben and Stefan. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. If you're trying to fly the H225 on PS5, the update didn't properly bring in what it needed to for it. So you'll probably run into more issues than you were before. I think we're about to crash again. Yep. Well, no wonder I was told, why don't I play on Xbox? It's much better. Completely different experience. Well, that's as much as testing as I need to do. Obviously, we're going to be getting the same experience that we've been getting on the PlayStation, so... Fantastic. Great update. Yeah. Oops, no, don't want the Xbox on. You can turn off. Still really, really happy I did this test live. Because now everybody can see that no matter what console you choose to play on, regressions have happened. I don't care what anybody else says. They can say, oh, it's perfect. It might be perfect if you're flying around in a Cessna 172 and not really doing anything else, sure. But there's obviously instances where regressions have absolutely happened on the Xbox and PlayStation side of the sim. So, there we go. That is my consensus on Sim Update 5. And it makes me miss Sim Update 4 more and more. Because it was just so nice getting to a point where, especially on the Xbox side of things, everything was nice and just fluid. Crashes were few and far between. There were I hardly ever saw that memory pop up. Like, that was a rare occurrence. And now you see it 10 times more. So, there we go. My scientific test on both platforms showing the exact same regressions. It isn't just a PlayStation thing. Landing gear not going down with the Heart Aerospace aircraft. I can check for you, Hammy. I know somebody else was wanting to see something too. Hang on. Let me... What the heck was it? I don't remember, but I'll see the thing here. New planes aren't doing too hot on the reviews just yet. We got 3.7, 3.6. Surprisingly, the B390 with 1 is at 5. I'm sure that'll change, because for whatever... People don't like it on PC and Xbox. I still don't really know why, but... Whatever. And what is the one I bought rated at? 3. We'll see if that changes as more reviews pop in there. But, yeah, let me do the hard aerospace really quick and see if we can't get something situated on that. See if we can replicate any issues regarding it. I haven't flown this thing in a while. Let's see. We got some people flying around Tucson. Let's fly around the boneyard at Davis-Monthan. I don't know, Sash. I don't know. Last update, it probably maybe crashed 2 or 3 times, and that's it out of the whole time that it was out. And this update, including the beta, I could count almost on 2 hands. Yep. It is a crash-happy build. Don't know why the EFB is so dim here, but let's brighten that on up. So what was the gears not going down? Let's take a little look here. Were we even on the ground there? It looked like the wheels were floating above the thing, but... Alright, so we have proper gears going up. And proper gears going down. I am not seeing anything out of the ordinary on that. By the way, here, I'll turn up the audio a little bit. I meant to do that a long time ago, so sorry for not doing that earlier. Not that it was too important anyways, we were too busy orange screening of death and crashing, so...
Tango Whiskey November, leaving by airspace. Frequency change approved.
I want to land this thing again, because I'm interested to see, because it just looked weird for a second, but it might have just been the draw distance or LOD. Oh, and Hartsfield! That's right! You brought up the cold and dark EFB thing. I'll do that next. I'm so sorry for not doing it earlier. I completely blanked on that, but we'll do it after I land here.
Tango Whiskey November, please acknowledge.
Let me get back to my happy place and get amped up for F1. Yeah! I'm so happy to have it back after the month-long break. And then we have another 2 weeks of a break, or maybe even 3 after this one, but needless to say, very much excited to have it on back.
Tango Whiskey November, did you hear my last
I did hear it, and I choose to ignore it. Thank you. Let me just... Oh, I did not mean to hit say... Oh, crap.
Tango Whiskey November, leaving by airspace.
And was the gear issue in career mode at all? Because maybe just maintenance possibility? I'm just guessing, but if it was free flight, then maybe it was just a random one-off thing on that. But yeah, I mean, the main area that we see stutters is when multiplayer players are around. You know, if there's a group and they're close, or just even on the ground, if a player is next to you, the sim just doesn't like that. It hasn't liked it. I'm always hoping for improvements on that through these sim updates, but we're still having to wait on that. But this is the general experience I get. You know, if I'm just flying around randomly doing whatever, it's nice and smooth. But the sim just does not like the multiplayer stuff. Because, I mean, if they're in the area, that doesn't matter. If they're close but not right next to you, it doesn't interfere with that either. So it's just, that's when you see a lot of the stuttering going on. And yeah, I want to see if I can replicate that, because, you know, it'll make it easier for me to understand what's going on, and can see if any reports have been made about it yet. Gear issue was in free flight? Gotcha. And then 2 weeks to Canada? Oh, that's perfect then. At least it's not too long of a wait. Better than a month. Do a little dance. Yeah, it might just been a random hydraulic issue for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. How dare you, Dan? Don't how dare me. No. Still pretty disappointed with Sim Update 5. We just did a nice comparison test on the Xbox to match with the PlayStation regarding bugs and WASM crashes that are happening with the Airbuses in both career and in free flight. Because I kept getting told I'm not having any issues on Xbox, and I wanted to see. I was like, you know what? Let's see if the issues don't exist there, and they absolutely did. And we did it live, so everybody knows what we're talking about. Still my least favorite Sim Update release, probably ever, to be honest with you. Don't remember having this level of disappointment in a 2020 Sim Update. This one just did not hit its marks at all. Not at all. Oscar not too famous. Let me focus on the landing. I'm too busy looking at names here. Unbelievable. I still don't like landing this thing though. It just feels so stiff. Like, it has no movement in the gears whatsoever. It's just like, oh, you want to land? Then here you go. But cool. So yeah, not seeing any issues with the ES30's gears. You discovered your new favorite plane? Nice, Patrick. You want to see my favorite plane? It's the Volocopter. It's great. I'm going to still do it anyways, because even with it having all the content, it's still broken. I just want to see if it still does it without the, or with the missing content. Come on, please do it. I love it. It always cheers me up. Oh, no, it's the old glitch. Crap. Because this is external camera, by the way. But in the updated version of it, this thing just slides away from you. I showed it in a stream a couple days, or last week, I think. But this isn't the fun one. So never mind. Whatever. But yeah, that thing's been broke ever since the Sim release, too. Let's see, let's see. Shall we do a little VR helicopter over the boneyard? I think we shall. That sounds like a lovely idea. Oh, shoot. No, hang on. Hold the phone. I almost forgot it again. Goodness gracious. The EFB Cold and Dark in the Cessna Citation. So, when you're using the EFB, like the settings and weight, it'll crash the sim. Now, does it matter if it's the low texture version or just the regular one? I would imagine it's probably the higher texture one kind of freaking things out. But we'll see. I remember that, the helicopter trying to escape. Yes. Because it just goes into that ready to fly menu and you just see it scooting away. It's like, oh, okay. Very cool. Yep, and there it is. Cold and Dark EFB on the $25 plane I bought. Crashes the sim. So you're telling me throughout the entire testing process, nobody wanted to mess with the EFB when it's cold and dark? But there we go, Hartsfield. Another easy replication right there. Hello, Sunshine. Welcome to the stream. All right, hang on. I know it's worth it. I just want to see if that is an issue on the Xbox version or not, or if it's just a PlayStation thing. This time it'll go quicker, though. I don't have any updates. But I want to see. I'll go to the same airport we were just at, Davis-Monthan, and I just want to spawn in there real quick and see. This one I would imagine is not an issue. I mean, it could be a Sim Update 5 thing, but I would imagine we're not going to run into that crash here. But I just want to see. Just want to see. I've already seen it actually in the forums, I believe. Regarding the, that bug. Because I'm just looking at the forums, and originally when this came out, somebody posted about the Wasm crashes, and they were talking about the A350 that they were using on the Xbox, which again is another one that was running great. You can go back to the Sim Update 5 beta in the beginning when we were doing stuff on the Xbox just to see what was going on with it. We took off from LAX and nothing, and now in Sim Update 5, it's doing that orange screen of death there. And all that type of stuff. And then the reply was, the A350 is a third-party product. Microsoft and Asobo are not responsible for testing third-party mods and add-ons. It's happening with their own planes. You know, it's just... like, come on now. But let me double-check this real quick. Oh, why am I just doing this anyway? Just do X. Okay, that didn't help anything. There it is. And Hartsfield with the $9.99. Oh my goodness. Thanks for all you do for us, Cow. We appreciate you so much. And I appreciate all of you. The 100+ of you watching. And of course to you, Hartsfield. Very much appreciate that super chat of $9.99. Thanks for sticking around. I'm glad you enjoy the content. And happy to have you here in the chat. I keep crying the PlayStation controller here. Oh, I don't have to do any of this anyways. And I bet the map loads too. See, that's what it's supposed to be doing. Yep, and I spent $25 on the plane. That's crazy that that got past testing. And while we're here, let me just do a quick A350 LAX spawn here to see if I can replicate that form post. Because like I said, you can go to my previous stream when it was in the beta in the early parts. And we flew out of LAX perfectly fine, great performance. The draw distance was awesome. Because we did that a few times, actually. Where we would go from LAX over to Palm Springs. So let's see if we can have the crash happen as well. Because they had it happen on their Xbox. Oh, sush, we won't get that. That'll never happen. I mean, the lack of communication regarding anything but the sim is highly disappointing. I talked about that yesterday as well. But yep, definitely just on PlayStation regarding that Citation 10 bug. I mean, the map doesn't work, and there's just some other issues going on. So how that was picked, because I thought we were going to get like the best of the best stuff, and that seems like a pretty easy thing to discover as an issue. Wow, yeah, this is completely different now. That's so disappointing. I mean, we would load in fast. Like, I was so happy with the beta in the beginning. And all the proof is there. You can go back to those streams and watch it. I was so happy that the A350, because this was always a big performance and optimization, you know, just performance hog in general. And it was loading so fast, it was just awesome. Couldn't be happier. Now we've completely reverted back to... I mean, honestly, this is worse than before Sim Update 3. Because I'm assuming we're going to just crash again. Because, yeah. But nope. I'm just glad people kept telling me everything was great on the Xbox, and we came over here because this was very much needed. Because now everybody can see that this is a downgrade. Simple as that. Crazy. So, there we go. Absolutely frustrating. Hang on, I'm just gonna reboot this. I didn't mean to leave the game open when I switched over to it. But we'll swap over to a little VR flight in my Aviator Edition Bell helicopter that I very much enjoy. Yep, don't disconnect your internet, because that seems to freak it out too. But I meant to close the sim anyways. Yeah, I mean, we also crashed with the Citation 10 yesterday when we took off, like maybe 30 seconds after taking off. So Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. Crazy. Really, like that really disappointed me just now with the A350. It was so nice finally getting to a point, because that was the experience on the Xbox with the A350 when it first launched. It wasn't enjoyable, the performance was terrible, all that type of stuff. That's why with SU4 and going into the beginning of SU5's beta, it's like, oh my good, it was night and day difference. It was great being able to fly a performance-intensive aircraft from any builds, like that A350, taking off from LAX with a short load time, buttery performance, taxiing around, taking off, long draw distance, all that photogrammic imagery. I mean, there was nothing. There was no memory issues. It was perfect. And now we've completely gone 10 steps backwards to what we have now. I mean, this is the type of stuff I expect from a beta. The crashes, the memory issues, and all that type of stuff. Not in a full release of a sim update. Which is why it was getting more and more worrying as those last beta builds came out for the sim, because it already felt weird. It didn't feel as smooth as it was in the earlier stages of the sim update. I don't know what the rush all of a sudden was, but they should have not released it. Not at all. The menu still glitches out here. When you get to the right, it goes to the left. That's been a glitch since the sim first came out as well. That was brought up a few times in the forums, so fortunately still not fixed. And now the right scroll bar doesn't do anything. That's a frustrating one too. Most of the stream is on the PlayStation 5, just like this is. Or you're talking about the base one? I'm not buying a base PS5. I have the Pro, and that is all I'm going to have. If that's what we're speaking of here. Alright, let me plug this on in. Or not plug it in, but turn it on. By the way, you want to see something crazy? I think you see this. Check this out. Check him out. He glows in the dark. Anyways. I just needed a happy moment here. Because we're not getting much of that in the sim at the moment. It's taking a while to find. Yeah, that's fine. Stay seated. Thank you. There we go. Perfect. This is the next thing I need to figure out. Because this button does not work properly. So I hope I don't get soft locked in the menu. And I think the sim just crashed. Did it? Yep. Excellent. I mean, I've got to be honest, even the VR from beta to release has regressed as well. We didn't nearly have much of these issues in the beta like we do now in the full release. I mean, WRB, they have to. I mean, they can't expect players to deal with that for the next 4-5 months, depending on how long it takes for SU6 to come out. I mean, that's crazy. That is a giant regression, because obviously a lot of people love the airliner stuff. But even as, for me, a player who doesn't really care too much about the airliners, I still like diving into it, especially in career mode and things like that. And to run into those issues, I mean, that's just truly unacceptable. How long will it take for the next patch? I don't think we'll ever know. It'll just be something that hopefully comes out soon, because it needs to. But it could be a while, who knows. It certainly seems that way, Ben. I don't know, yeah. And Jonathan, no, the A350, that was on the Xbox Series X. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, before I do anything else, I want to set up another button here, because I don't know why this doesn't work. Just... I mean, that's camera I mean, it's already there. That's the only button that would work, and it doesn't work. I'll just try it one more time. If it breaks again, then I'm just done with today. I'm not having fun. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's just this constant run of... Oh, we're playing. Oh, it's something else broke. Oh, we're playing. Oh, this is broke. Oh, this has happened. Oh, the sim crashed. It's just over and over. I mean, I feel like I'm in a beta at this point. Like, how does the beta run better than the full release? How does that work? Ridiculous. See, I can't do anything. It's whatever. Let me do this again and hopefully get away from that stupid menu. Nice. Now I can't hit ready to fly. Oh, boy. Can I hit ready to... Or let me guess, is the sim soft locked again where it doesn't... Nice. Fantastic. Love it. Gonna try it one more time with another helicopter. If it doesn't work, then I... I don't like playing on PC. I have no interest playing full-time on PC. In the slightest. Hate recording on it. Hate live streaming from it. It's just... no. No. I'm not gonna bail because I'm gonna keep pushing for some change here. I mean, this is completely unacceptable for an update to complete, like it... I've never seen a game get an update and completely break so much of the sim. Absolutely ridiculous. Yep. Nice. Love how this button still doesn't work in the... Oh my goodness. Great. Only takes 3 attempts to finally get in here and do something. Unbelievable. Let's see how long it is until the nameplates disappear. I guess the multiplayer... Oh, no, there's a multiplayer name. Okay. Thought that all disappeared on me. Oh, man. Man, oh man, oh man. like in this area in VR, it's a bit stuttery in the headset. You might not notice it as much in the stream. Close to that tail. C5s. Oh, who's flying with us here? There's another helicopter around. Nice. Oh, it's unsaved. Very nice to see you here. Oh, man. Well. Oh, and Kiwi's back. Nice. At least I'm seeing the nameplates, because yesterday it was not doing that. I don't know what it was doing yesterday, but it did not like the multiplayer names being on the screen. So at least we're seeing that a lot more consistently here. I still think it would be cool for some museums in the world or something to kind of do a virtual version in Flight Sim, especially now with VR. It'd be cool to kind of, you know, explore a virtual version of a museum. Kind of thinking about that here at the boneyard. Oh, there's unsafe. Oh, my cables are getting tangled up. A little unsafe. Nice flying you got going on it. Oh, there we go. Oh, am I not where my headset's at? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, we got ZX6 way up there. I say way up there, 3,200 feet. But yeah, I think something like that would be kind of cool. Let me pop out of VR here. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of it. Didn't really want to do too much commentary because at the moment not really too much in the mood to do so. But hopefully you still enjoyed our little low flying over the boneyard there. Played 2 hours today with no problems. Okay. We showed many examples of what's wrong with the sim, and you can easily replicate them as well. Because again, I'm going off of my prior experience from what we were experiencing with, not that long ago, the beta build of this, and there are absolutely regressions in aspects of the sim that are on both PlayStation and Xbox. And if people want to disagree with me, that's fine. I've literally shown you issues that are very much major problems that you can easily replicate by doing the same thing. So, obviously there's going to be examples where you're going to be fine, especially for flying smaller aircraft, things like that. But if you go into the WASM territory with the airliners, you're not going to have that same experience. But I'm not going to try to prove myself anymore. All I know is my experience and what was the experience on consoles before. So, take that as you will. I agree, Big Chungus. Actually, flying this game should be a thing rather menu and UI. Well, I mean, whenever I'm doing these types of streams, I'm purposely not doing long flights. I want to test things out and see what's going on. I also want to make sure I'm going through requests that people make. If they run into bugs, I like to see if I can replicate them. I mean, if people don't like that, then I don't recommend watching these streams after a sim update comes out. I'm not going to just sit here and do a 2-hour flight and say, yep, the sim's perfect. Flew one plane and that's it. That's not what I do here. These planes are default scene, yes. This is a handcrafted area. Boneyard is in Arizona at Davis-Monthan in Tucson, Arizona. There's no C5s in the marketplace, no, Big Chungus. So, anyways, I'm done with the sim for the weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I've had enough fun with this update. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate those that understand what I'm doing here and trying to see if I can get things replicated. That way I can go to the forums and report on these absolutely major regressions on the console versions of the sim. So, that's that. Again, want to say a very big thank you to the lovely Finest and Hartsfield for their super chats. Very kind of you. Glad you enjoy the content and all that good stuff. So, alright.